You're out in public.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know how you feel. Where is it? It looks nice.
Yeah, it's just a random cafe I found. And is my sound clear?
You sound as clear.
Okay.
I can't hear any background noise. That might mean there isn't any background noise, but I can't hear any.
Okay, that means Zoom works.
Yay!
How are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm good.
Let me put my
You have Deadpool t-shirt and Deadpool mug. Wow, it's interesting. So do you
yeah,
like that?
like never let it be said that I am not a Deadpool. Like I also have my Deadpool tattoo.
Okay,
Did
I didn't know that.
you not?
Yeah,
Oh,
I also like Deadpool.
it's custom. It's Deadpool and Sherlock.
Yeah, yeah. And I believe you had it made. I don't know. The letters after, right? The
Yeah.
letters weren't there before.
Yeah. So it was just,
Yeah.
and then I added on afterwards. Yeah. It needed the maximum effort add on. It needed it.
All the time.
It needed it. It's such a well. I mean, it was weird when I saw it because the maximum effort slogan isn't really in the comics as a catchphrase, you know. So when it popped up in the movies, I was like, "That's a great catchphrase. I really like that. Maximum effort the whole time. That's very. I felt that was very me. So
Yeah.
it made sense. It made sense. What have you been working on? How's things?
Financials. Yeah. I mean, not the term or the topic, just my financials.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Job?
What? Your sound cut off.
How's things when you got the job?
Oh, it's the job is good. It's good.
No more firing.
No, no, no. I was late today, but he wasn't there. So I was okay for today. I mean, I couldn't sleep until like 6, 7 in the morning. So I just slept 2 hours, then went to work.
It is rough. You want to try and see if you can source yourself some modafinil.
Definitely.
Modafinil.
What is it?
Well, it's marketed as a smart drug, but it's not. Its chemical use is to prevent narcolepsy.
Okay. Okay. I might check that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not encouraging drug use at all, but
Sure.
it just felt very recommended.
I see. Yeah. What are you working on?
So after this, I've got a meeting with the guys from the game, from my side, obviously, um, and I finished. Um, I had quite a dorky day. Other than the writing that I've been going over, I uh, I put together a super forecasting document. Are you familiar with super forecasting?
Yeah.
So I with the AI folks that I'm working with, try and put together a beneficial one. Also, hello, gentlemen. Um,
Hello. Good evening.
I gathered some research on the damage that it's doing to the human ability to think and the human ability to feel, like the stats, the figures, those kind of things. And so I was like, well, I may as well use that to actually compute mathematically how and when these things are most likely to happen. And so yeah, I spent a good couple of hours doing that. I finished writing the videos for purpose and position in memory, and more of the Memory Palace stuff gets filmed later as well, if it's not too late after I finish with the guys from the game. So yeah, it's been a full-on day. And I also read 28 chapters of the Reacher book. So
28 chapters?
I was just about to say, don't let the fact that 28 is a big number. They're very small chapters. They're very small chapters. Um, so it sounds a lot better than what it actually is, you know?
So, did you say how to be rich?
To be rich, God, if I knew that, mate, I wouldn't be here.
It's still funny.
Yeah, I've been going through
Yeah.
this. I've been going through that. He's got some fun stuff. That seems pretty cool. And the guy made $150 million by the time he was 30, so maybe he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'll give him the time of day. And that's the transition. Like, I'll learn something else and somebody tells me it's awesome. I'll go, great. I'll only know if it's awesome if I go and try it.
Just got out of an exam, guys. Wish me luck.
Was that right?
I got out of an exam right now. Wish me luck.
Well, you don't need luck now. You've already
Yeah.
done it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are late for that.
I think I did good. And Danny is not here, but I started Kendo.
Oh.
Hey,
Ooh.
Oh.
well, I've got three swords there and another two over there as well. So
Cool.
in the same wheelhouse with you.
Did you do Kendo too? Or did you practice it? Or it's Chinese martial arts?
I've done loads of martial arts over the years. I'm not practicing in kendo anymore. Like the length and breadth of my knowledge was about 4 months. That was it. And that was maybe 10, maybe 12 years ago. Maybe.
Your sound is still cutting off from time to time.
And someone
Yeah.
is in an airport or something. What's the
Yeah.
sound behind of? Yeah, here, like a TV or whatever.
Is it gone?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, that's better.
It was
Yes.
say it's in a cafe. But like is my sound coming through okay now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah? Cool. So yeah, that's what I was working on. How about you guys? What have you been up to? Catch me up. It's been a hot minute since I've seen you.
Mm. Oh, I
Probably
can
like
go first.
Billy, we're listening. Come on.
I've been doing a lot more writing. My
Nice.
therapist had me like go to bed earlier than like my bedtime to like rewire my brain into being more disciplined. And when I kind of like, I know in your book somewhere you talk about like the brainwave states and stuff. I started feeling that. I could feel like the difference and I could notice the difference in how I was thinking when I was doing the discipline thing. And I was like, okay, I get the picture. So I kind of stopped when the night after it, I was like, I really want to stop. I was like, I'm going to push through this because that's the point. And then I will put this sort of energy towards my writing. So I've been writing like an hour quite more frequently rather than like when I feel motivated sort of thing. I've been putting that energy towards the game. The game's been really fun. I think all of us that are in the game are kind of like really really on it and stuff. But yeah, mostly just the writing. I want to put that energy towards the memory palace as well. When I have my like time to myself at work, which is quite often actually. But yeah, no, it's mostly been that's been my sort of update here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent work.
As I said, I started doing Kendo like a week ago. What I'm trying to do to get better memory and get better observations, like I have classes, so each time I get to a class, I try to memorize what everyone's wearing, what are the accessories, everything, and then I get out of class, I try to remember everything. And they have a coffee shop here too. So when I get out of classes, I go to the coffee shop and I just observe everyone, try to make some small deductions and everything. And classes, that's all that I've been doing in the moment.
Nice. Has that practice with the observation of people and all of that other deduction stuff, that's not getting in the way of your studies for your exams, no?
No, no. I
Good.
try to keep it like a schedule.
Good. Good. I mean, it's fun seeing more of the world, but you know, if you've got an important exam coming up, it's best to channel that energy accordingly.
I've been trying to manage my time. So I have biology class in the morning, and right after this class, I go to coffee shop and take coffee, and then I try to take my time to observe everyone there.
Good. Nice. Nice. I mean, I sympathize entirely. There's lots of things I want to do with my day, but the only way any of it gets even remotely done is by understanding how I'm going to spend my time. That's it. That's it. It's like I was saying on the podcast the other night with the guys in the game. You're spending your time, and that's something I don't take lightly, because once you've spent time, you can't get it back. You know, you can get money back if you punch the right person in the face, but you can't get time back. So
Oh, Dinin is here.
yeah. How about
Yeah.
you guys, James? What you been? How did the Onyx thing go with the prompt from the card?
Um, it's this week in work has been like bonkers busy. Um, so like for example, I can't go into too much detail with people going into hospital and things like that. But for example, today, one of my colleagues she's from Czech Republic, highly intelligent, so confused with everything that's going on. She gave my lunch to one of the residents. So my lovely packed lunch ended up with one of the residents. So that's like just a thin slice of how it's been. But that said, although it's like snail pace progress, the card is there. I got some advice from Sate about sort of having something like mentally on your body, and is getting there. So, for example, I went down to the doctor's surgery today. Normally, I would like be on my phone, just trying to be in my bubble to decompress from the busyness.
Yeah.
But today, like, right, look around, see what's actually going on in the world. Look at the people approaching like the reception desk while we're waiting to be called, and nothing like spectacular, but it is at least it's like getting out of that doom scrolling,
Yeah.
being preparing to be observant. So yeah, it's snail's pace, but it is getting there. Yeah.
Love that. Love that. I have this pet theory that came from breakups. And granted, yes, there is adjacent supporting research, but it's very much just a theory, maybe even an opinion, and nothing more. That they say time is a great healer. This adage
Yeah.
after breakups, time is a great healer. I I reckon that's to do with neuroplasticity and changing the emotional connection to a routine, much like being in your own little bubble, or the little micro behaviors you have, that not you specifically, but the little micro behaviors one has to get you through the day, whatever that is. And the second they start to change, Einstein, the git, and his theory of relativity states that the feeling of time slows down. We change brainwave states, and the disconnection to reality shifts. So it helps, or rather, it helped me. Just to be fair, it helped me to think of it less in terms of how quick or how slow I'm getting to do something, more that this habit that I was in is just changing.
Yeah.
The second I thought, I mean, it took a bit of effort. Ironically, it's developing a new habit to think of it that way. But the second I did that, it kind of took the pressure off. It took the pressure off how fast I wanted to learn, or how slow I wanted to bask in the glow of my lunch break, or whatever it was. It was just one of those things that really changed my connection to what I'm doing. And this is where I get into the other things that might interest you, might not, because it's very particular. I mean, Saeed, the poor buggers, have had to listen to me waffle on about Stoicism for God knows how long. But it's this idea that connecting to a problem in the future isn't real, because there's so many things that affect it up until then, right? So if I was saying I need to master C1 level French, which I wouldn't, it wouldn't happen, but like if I needed to master C1 level French by uh, December, right? I could formulate some kind of a plan and get some kind of timetable to do that, to achieve that. But the second I set that there, I could get up tomorrow and break my leg. And the whole thing goes straight out the window. So this is why I encourage things like we did last time with the real mnemonics, day by day by day by day by day. It's like dragging the issues of tomorrow into today with you. It's not healthy for brain work. It's comfortable, you know, in a weird way, but it's not healthy for brain work. So the fact that you're moving at any kind of pace forward should be celebrated, mate. Should be celebrated.
Thank
And
you.
excellent work. Excellent work. Dylan, can you see us?
Yeah, well, I'm still going to be getting the contacts in sometime, probably next month at this rate. But yeah, it's getting better. One of the things that reminded me of was from the Zen tradition, which is the idea that like you can't actually learn French. All you can do in terms of actual actions is show up and try your best to start moving through the material right now. You know, anything that happens in the future isn't really something we can actually do. All we can do is what we can do right now. So that's the thing primarily to focus on is just show up and do your best. Everything else is outside of your control. Whether or not you actually understand the material, that's mostly down to whether or not it just happens to click with you. So all you can do is engage with it the best way you can, and then the rest will happen or it won't, in whatever fashion and whatever pace it will. You know, like like doctors, for example, they can't save a life. All they can do is show up and do their best, and then maybe the patient lives or maybe they don't. So you know, this idea of as well of in Japanese philosophy, kaizen, which is just continual gradual improvement day to day, putting in a little bit of extra effort. And slowly over time, those little gains will build up into something quite remarkable. But you just have to go in, put forth the work, little bits at a time, and do what you can do right now.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. I like that.
As I mentioned in languages, can I ask something to James?
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah. Did you check the website that I sent you?
No, I didn't. As soon as you say that, like, oh, I meant to do that. Right, I'll write it down, and I will get that done. It sounded really good. Yeah.
The
Oh,
Are
classes
you
are
benefit?
yeah, the classes are like
benefit from it?
contextual, they are immersive, so I think it's like a good way to.
Cool.
Is
I
it-
will check that out.
Sorry?
Is this for the Russian?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, da. Yeah.
um, what was it? I used to remember the played one. It was Spostadis for Fremia, Tovarish. And I've no idea what it means. He just says it at the end of Blade 1.
My Russian isn't advanced yet to know. It is interesting though. I mean, it's the first I've kind of played with learning other languages. It's the first one I've stuck at, and it's amazing how the brain works in the sense that when I'm doing the flashcards, I do flashcards daily. I can't really remember them, but when I do my Russian lessons online with my tutor, suddenly I find in like I'm speaking Russian, and it's tucked away in my brain, and like flashcards are like they're good, but like suddenly, oh, I'm actually speaking full sentences. And if you were to ask me now, what's the word for such and such, I'd be like, don't know. But as soon as I hear it and she starts speaking, it's not like fluent by any means, but it's coming. It's like a matrix moment as to wow.
I
Yeah.
love that. I mean, it's the same neural process that you're doing now to speak English. It's the same.
Yeah.
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 It's like I'm not pulling from flashcards in order to communicate this idea.
Yeah.
Like I just have an idea that I want to try and muddle my way through, and yeah, beautiful. I'm glad that is a skill that's sitting. It's very much a mindset thing, where you
Mm.
know, and it starts with the stories that you tell yourself about the skill that you have, which is why I pick on people who use the word guess the whole
Yes.
time.
You better not be on the internum, you're gonna die.
Why? Guess is all over the place.
Oh, you know?
No,
Good
I'm
thing.
asking you, is it guesses all over the place?
No, you just made an affirmation.
Okay.
Can I ask you guys if you got the answer for the Eternum post on Instagram?
Yeah, you saw it, didn't you?
Sorry?
I said, yeah, you saw it. Yeah, yeah.
The one with the zoom in.
Yeah, the one that it zooms in from like the space and
I think
Yeah.
half of us that was there are in the call, yeah. And Saeed got the last word there.
I think I got it. I didn't get it. I
Yeah.
didn't get it.
It was I feel like you'd need the email and stuff, though. It's we got a lot, not a lot of help, but we got some help with it. We got pushed in the right direction a little bit there. So it wasn't like oh yes, we absolutely get this and we're sipping tea, and it was like an hour spare and
An hour? 48 hours, please.
it was a couple of hours that we were working on it.
Just kind of let show you from my side. KC messaged me, presumably during your meeting, about how long you guys have been in there. So I messaged the guy to the screenshot. I was like, dude, help them.
I think we learned a
Yeah.
lot though from that first challenge about
If nothing else, that was the point.
yes.
For a lot to be learned. If nothing else, that was the point. And I mean, I would hope that once it ended, whenever it ended, there is this kind of ode of, well, that was frustrating, but we did it. If it wasn't there, then it wasn't there. That's fine, right? This is the trial run. It doesn't happen, but it was that part, and probably future elements that to it when it popped up. That part is supposed to be, when I wrote it, a mirror of working with any challenge. In that the answer isn't always a Google search away, or a book away, or a person away, or whatever it is, and that the answers to whatever you need very often you have already. That was what it was supposed to be. I haven't watched the video yet. I have the video, all 9 gigabytes of it.
Surely not.
You don't say.
9 gigabytes.
Damn.
9 gigabytes. I mean, to be fair, that's because it's recorded through a separate function. It's recorded through Ecamm. So this is in Zoom now at the minute. So Zoom will make a little approximation of all of our feeds as one video. When it goes through Ecamm, it'll do the Eternum feed, and then it would do Dinning's feed as one. It would do James's feed as one. It will do Billy's feed as one, and so on and so forth. Well, just to give you an example, every Saturday when we do the RLS, that is at least 60 gigs of video every time, at least. And so it's quite a full-on kind of thing.
Cool.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I prefer that way because when it comes to when they get added to Omniscient, whenever I find the time to edit them, they'll look a lot better than a recorded Zoom meeting. You know, it's designed to be consumed as a product, so it will look a lot better in that way. But yeah, Julie, you're the only one we haven't really spoke to yet, besides Denon, who jumped in and can go after. This is order. How you doing? How's life in Quebec?
I'm doing okay.
Good. I'm glad to hear.
I'm gonna follow up on what Billy said about the brain waves
Okay.
because I was able to read mine yesterday morning.
Nice.
Yes, I was able to saw myself sleep actually, which never happens, and read the chart, read the EEG of all my brainwave states.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you rarely have to, to observe that.
Yeah.
And I met an amazing doctor yesterday. Oh my God, like
Yeah.
very, very nice, spot on, and brilliant. And yeah, so we will meet again. We will meet again. And yeah, so don't start any stuff, you guys, again. See what you just done?
Yeah.
Have you seen yourself? What you just done? Oh. She's a woman. Slow down. And but she was so good. She was so good. And well, I have officially severe chronic insomnia.
I'm shocked.
And I know you are, but knowing it officially with all the tests, she looked at me and she said, well, the only thing you can do now is, I was so shocked. She said, there's a therapy for sleep, which I've already done, so it was out. And she said, meditation. I said, that's it? She said, basically, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I've taken every single thing that exists. She had one thing to offer. Looking at it, we went, I can't because of epilepsy. And she said, we will meet again just to know how you're doing. And okay. So that was, she asked me, do you take magnesium? I said, of course. Do you take this? Yes. And don't forget your, B complex 100. I take that too. And she went like, you do everything that you have to do. Okay, now what? Now we will meet again. That was, but it's fun to see the brain waves when you
Yes.
fall asleep. And I have basically close to no deep sleep.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah,
that sucks that you have that, but on
it
a
does.
on an intellectual level, wow, that's fascinating.
It is. It was. Because after 4 hours, for me, it's like 20 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And she said, it's normal that you feel that way,
Yeah.
but it's dangerous not to sleep as you do.
Yeah.
So that was when Billy talked about, brain waves. I was able to read mine, see the chart. It was special.
It's
Love
really
that.
cool. Well, really horrible, but really cool scientifically.
Yeah.
I'm quite used to see, EEGs. I've seen a lot of them, so I can read them quite easily. But it was interesting to see, not a seizure for once, because I can read seizures easily, but a sleep pattern was fun to watch.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Just a
Love
bad joke, but was it only me who imagined that the doctor said, until we meet again with the He-Man skeleton voice?
Oh, she was so nice. I mean, really, really nice. You know, she was one of a kind.
That's nice that you get that from a doctor anyway, because normally they do thousands of these things a day. So to keep that kind of human side of it alive is pretty cool. It's pretty
And
cool.
I had a lot of input too on my side to give her. So
Nice.
it was not a one-way discussion. It was, and I don't Google stuff, I know stuff. So it was a very, fulfilling discussion. I love that.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah. No fight.
Yes. Good. Awesome. Another one survives an encounter. I like it.
With me.
It's a rare treat, no?
Yeah, I heard recently that I can't traumatize people, so I'm gonna try to pay attention to that.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Nice. Cool. How about you, Dylan? What have you been up to, mate? Besides, the whole contacts saga.
Yeah, so I mean that's been most of what's been going on in my life, anyways, is going through all the surgeries and the contacts, and then doing the work to get the money to get the contacts in. I don't know how much of it I've already told you because it's all just sort of blurred together. But I've been working for my grandpa for a while to earn money for that, like cutting weeds and whatnot. He's paying me like $20 an hour, so it's good pay. I was supposed to go with him to Colorado to clean up the property that he had, but because of a bunch of extenuating circumstances, I ended up running about 18 minutes late, and he decided to just sort of go without me to Colorado. So I had to borrow some money from him so that I could get the contacts a little bit sooner. And I was supposed to work off that debt while I was over there. If he's not back before November, though, I'm going to be back in college. So I'm just going to pay him out of the college money and call it good, because I'm not going to try working full time for him and also doing full time college, because that's not going to happen. I'd fail out of college for sure if I tried that. It takes up all of my focus and energy. So yeah, the last week or so since he's left me behind, I've been able to just kind of get back into the routine a little bit more. Get back into studying the Japanese stuff, reviewing information that I learned, polishing up the 12 approaches finally, because I have the time to do some of the mnemonic work on getting that all the way crystallized. And so yeah,
nice.
That's been most of what I've been able to get up to. I took a course on meditation recently. That's been interesting and exciting. And so I've been trying out a few of those things. A few of them are a bit wacky, but I'm like, well, might as well try it anyways.
Well, that's it. You never try and you never know. Like I took a similar meditation and Tai Chi class. It wasn't like a physical class. It was online. It was like a lecture, but it was given by Jet Li.
Nice.
So I was thinking, what a phenomenal chance for me to practice my Chinese. He starts talking, and it's in Cantonese. I don't speak a word of Cantonese. It's like, well, he's nice to listen to. He seems like a nice man. I'm sure it's wonderful that he was talking about it. But with both you and the Russian fellas talking about flashcards, this is an idea that it just reminded me of that the lightness system kind of touches on it. But I hear it a lot now, mostly because I'm trying to teach myself how to play chess, and there's this ethos around chess players that they must be good at really strategy, or they're good in combat, or they're good at this, or they're good at this, when the research and the fact of the matter is chess players are good at chess. Right? They're amazing, but they're good at chess. The idea doesn't translate out. So like when you're going through flashcards, it's great practice to get access to seeing this word and it converts to, or seeing this kaiju symbol, and it kaiju. That's the wrong. That's isn't it? Seeing a kaiju and know that it converts to Mothra or Godzilla or one of the other ones, fair enough. But the point is there, it's great drilling, but when it comes to conversation, it's a different process. It's a different process. So that's why I was one of the things that I started doing throughout my days was just chuntering to myself. Like if I'm making myself a coffee, I'm chuntering away in Chinese or whatever day it is that day, or if I'm trying to make food or whatever it is, so I can practice stumbling through it. And like, yes, there's no feedback in terms of, well, this gendered part doesn't agree with this gendered part. You got those back to front, or it's not le maison, it's la maison, and so on. There's none of that you get from talking to yourself, but it's practicing actually speaking.
Mm.
In the same vein that actors, when they are learning their lines, they rehearse, right? They rehearse, and when we were learning how to speak English or French for Julie, Turkish for Saeed, Portuguese for Paolo, when you're learning your native language, you still practice, but you practice in class and whatnot. It's overtly complicated when we get to adulthood because we refuse to act as children for some reason. And it's it's one of the easiest ways that I've found, and I'm not claiming any kind of uniqueness about it. I'm sure many other people do it, but it's one of the unique ways that I found of practicing my ability to speak, or if I struggle, trying to like point and say a noun, or the right gendered prefix to it, that so I can practice getting there, and then I go, oh, I had a bit of a space on exactly what pillows was in French, and or what water was in Arabic, whatever it is that I'm working on. That particular drill is great, and it's a little like the the FLR method from Moses McCormick. If you don't know who Moses McCormick is, he's sadly passed away now, but his method was what I based Toki Pona on. I found a number of sentences that I say on a day-to-day basis. Like I'm going to brush my teeth, I'm going to have a bath, I'm going to read a book, and then there are these kind of sentences that you find when you're at the shop, or you're ordering a coffee, or you're driving in your car, whatever it is, and you learn the sentences that are more particular to your life. They can be flashcards as well, gents. They can be flashcards as well.
Yeah.
It's retargeting how you use your memory. Flashcards in general are a great resource, but they're general, individual words. If you can turn a flashcard into an idea or a concept that is specifically targeted to you, the leap towards communicating is not that big. Still big, don't get me wrong, but not as big as previous in that situation. It's the Sherlock Holmes metaphor of consider a man's brain originally is like an empty attic. You're choosing it to fill with all of the lumber that you need, but you're making sure that all of the oak is over here, and all of the MDF is over here, and all of the whatever other kind of wood there is for. I'm trying to think of all the wood in my kitchen at the minute, of which there isn't that much. But that's the idea that I wanted to mention. Anyway, the 100 facts is coming up, and I was going to ask whoever turned up, whether it be one or 101 people. There isn't even 101 people in the community, but forgive me, I think I've hit my second wind for the evening. I appear to be talking a little bit more quickly than normal. Can all of you give me a topic that doesn't really interest you? And I swear that in the 100, I will only put 5 facts per topic from that in. Right? So I will only put 5 in from each thing that you name. No more, no less. Said, clarity, precision, and accuracy. So, like Turkish politics, English politics, American politics, relationships with your family, with loved ones, with strangers, what sport, or just Brett. You know, what are we talking about? Be specific. Specifics, Bob. Right? That's what we need. So give me a topic from each of you. I won't write.
Trains.
I'll let the recording remember it.
Trains.
Trains was that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
My dad loves trains and all that kind of stuff. And typical child, I have no interest in the things that interest my parents. So yeah, trains.
Okay, so in a search for more clarity, then, only because I grew up subscribed to a train magazine, um, so my autism rings true in that I'm a little bit like Sheldon in that way. Um, is it any particular type of training? Is it the is it the UK transport system? Is it steam trains? Is it the more ancient models? Is it all of the above? None of the above? Realize the
I,
more
sup-
specific it can be, the less general it
I
will feel.
suppose it's like the technicalities of it. My dad was like, so like when you go, I was dragged along to train spotting when I was a child, and he'd sort of talk about the gauge of the track and what kind of train could go on this and what one this is used for. So um, yeah, I think that's probably
Okay.
not even very specific, but a little bit more specific.
That's very specific. That's very specific.
Cool.
Um, well, let's say work on his particular specificities. Who's going
Oh,
next?
Golf.
Golf.
Yeah, golf. Yeah,
Oh,
Golf.
Yeah,
that was a
yes,
good one.
yes.
Oh,
Agreed.
golf. Golf.
The only interest in golf is Happy Gilmore. That's it.
Happy Gilmore is very good.
Golf.
Have you watched the two? Happy Gilmore 2?
I have. I have.
I mean, golf. I tried to watch The Matrix last week and I had to let it go. I
Uh,
Yeah,
really
golf
did.
is rich people shit. I don't understand it at all.
I like that. Just as a side note, there was a magician that, like a rather upper class Englishman, and he would wear a top hat and the tails and these kinds of things. It's called Guy Hollingworth, and he had one of the best versions of a torn and restored card, which was one playing card. He'd tear it up into quarters, and then he'd put one back together at a time. And as he was putting the last one back together, he was like, "Now one should really ask the question that if a magician was only to tear a card up just to restore it, then ask, what's the bloody point of doing it in the first place?" And so that's what pops into my head every time I see golf. If you're going to hit the ball away and walk after it, just take it with you. Just take it
So,
with
so true.
you.
Right. Golf is just an excuse for rich, older white people to go out and talk outside instead of talking in a boardroom. That's the only point that it actually has, is to have something kind of mindless and pointless that you're doing while you talk about business strategy or the economy or whatever it is that those adults go and talk about all day long.
Did any of you? I don't know if it made the news, but did any of you hear what the Scottish people got up to when Donald Trump went to visit his golf course every time?
I have not.
Well, you know how they have the sand, the rough or whatever it's called, I don't know, the sandy bits,
The
Yes.
bunkers.
bunkers. Thank you. So everyone from the area would, when it was closed at night, they would break onto the field and either shit in the cups that they try and put the balls into or in the bunkers.
Ew.
Like, the Scotland were like, we don't want you here, Trump, and this is just showing you. I was like, when I heard that, I was like, oh, dude, you're terrible. Okay, cool. So we got trains, we got golf.
Yeah.
Um,
American football.
American football.
Oh.
God, I swear that's like a language. Third down, line, 8 passes, quarterback. I don't know what's happening right now.
It's grown men dressed in tights, touching each other's butts, and running into each other head first.
That's it.
That's all you need to know about football.
At least
as far as I'm concerned.
wrong. Okay.
Love Island.
What was that? Sorry?
Love Island.
Is that yours? Okay. Oh, I realize that kind of screws me a little bit because I have to find out 5 facts about Love Island.
Number 1, it sucks. Number 2, don't watch it.
But I got a question here. Okay, the
Okay.
fact that we don't like these things, golf. I was forced to go play golf with my dad. Oh my because my dad was a very good golf player. So it was really it's only a 8, like lasted like 10 years
Yeah.
in my mind. But I hated that so much, so much. So it's like a trauma. Really, I'm not joking. I hate that so much.
Oh,
It was
no.
explaining that to me. Don't remember. I just don't remember anything besides the fact that I dig so many holes on the grass. I don't like that.
I get it.
Just
See, when
talking about it, I'm like, oh, no.
See, when I was a kid, my dad took me to a golf course too, but I actually had a lot of fun with that because I could swing the golf club at the ball really, really hard, and I never got a single. I didn't care. I did not care about winning. I was just having fun hitting the ball really hard and seeing it fly off into the distance.
You did hit it. I never did.
Yeah, it took me like 4 or 5, 10 tries to hit it, but when I finally did, seeing it fly off into the distance was exciting. Speaking of things that traumatized us as children because it was so boring, fishing. I hate fishing. I hate everything about fishing.
Are we using American football or fishing?
Oh, I don't care. I was just using this as an opportunity to bitch about things I don't like.
Pick one.
Yeah, come on.
I'll leave it up to other people. Which do you guys find less interesting, fishing or football?
I think fishing.
Oh.
Right?
I don't even know what.
Then.
Yeah, I don't even know
love-
5 facts about fishing that could be.
I love
I can't
fishing.
even think about it.
Oh,
I
Julie,
love fishing.
that'd be great.
Oh.
On that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking real fish.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll go shark fishing.
Yes.
Paolo, how about you?
Oh, I said Love Island.
Of course, yes, you did. I deleted that immediately. Forgive me. Let's see. Billy's is American football, gaming, always has fishing. Oh, so Billy chooses American. Oh no, what's our objective? Your objective is to tell me a topic you have little to no interest in. That's your only objective, because it's going to connect to the 100 fact challenge for the community. Site, there we go. To sports. I don't care about teams, watching games, talking about what happened in games, listening to people who talk. Okay. Politics, who people support, what Okay, I'm going to pick politics for you then, Saeed. As you still having some issue with being specific. That's fair enough. Okay. Other people's dreams. Interesting. They're nonsensical. For clarification then, for specifics, Bob, do you mean aspiration as in, like, I dream that one day I will be completely covered in tattoos? Or as in when the Thank you. Okay. That makes sense. Cool. I can work with that. Because I have some filming to do tomorrow for the Memory Palace stuff that'll be on Axiom, hopefully next week. depending upon how much I can get done. It's my mother's 75th birthday on Sunday, so I'm going to be there all day. It's going to be a big awkward family dinner because my dad is just, well, he's my dad. Julie knows. We share similar parents. Thank you. No. One each is fine, because at least the majority then of the facts that I select will be things that will interest you. Will be also Turkish words. Will be Russian words. Will be Japanese words. Will be Portuguese words. Will be French words, and so on and so forth. Like I say, the main point is to give you the general you, not specifically you guys here, the access to knowing that you can do something monolithic. One might even say kaiju sized with your brain. And thank you, Billy. Thank you, Saeed. Yeah, she's 75 years young, God love her. And hopefully one day she'll stop blaming herself for national tragedies or something like that. The thing I tell everyone about my mom is she merci, is she genuinely felt partly to blame for 9/11. Like I'd say that it is hilarious, but I don't say that for the point of comedy. Thank you. She genuinely felt partly to blame. A similar thing, well, when Diana died, because me and my mum I have the same insomniac streak. I mean, does it run in your family as well, Julie? The insomnia?
Yeah, I mean, my mom, no, but the rest of everything you're saying, yes.
Yeah. So
Everything. Fires in Australia. She could have
yeah.
done something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, mom, stop.
Yeah. Yeah, love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Mm.
I mean, I
Yeah.
don't that she feels things so deeply. She started reading about Stoicism now. God bless her. She has. She's got my Darren Brown book, Happiness, how more or less everything is going to be okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So I'm going to put that video on in the community as well. That'll be next week, too. And for anyone that watches this after the fact, I'll obviously be telling you guys because you're here. When I get to upload videos directly to the site, I can watch viewer count. So it shouldn't go past the amount of people who have accepted the challenge, because if it has, then people are watching it more than once, and that's a rule breaker. No. And yeah. So, I mean, I could do no much more than that. I could probably find someone that could find out exactly who watched it more, but that's a lot more effort than it's worth. Really. So yeah, that's going to be happening next week as well. Yeah. Cool. So let's try and spend next week getting out of our own ways a little bit. With everything that we have and with everything that we're capable of doing, it can lead us to sprint before we run in a situation, or run before we can walk, because we're already thinking so far ahead. This is circling back to the chess mover analogy, and I've never heard it put any better than in, I think it was season 2 of Lie to Me, when Cal's talking to a suspected serial killer, and the serial killer says the great chess players will think 10 to 15 moves ahead, and Cal comes back with, but the really great ones will only think 1 move ahead, but it's always the right move. And that's the kind of accuracy that we are aiming for, myself included, daily, right? With the things that we can do with our memories and how we're capable of reasoning. And it makes sense for us to slow down. for us to drop our brain waves down a few notches in the moment to really open up everything that there is to see. You know, like Paolo, if you can memorize everyone in your class, phenomenal. But if there's one person that you then look at and go, that escaped me, and it pisses you off, a normal, natural human response. But the tendency then is to take it over into the next day. Then it becomes 2 people, then it becomes 3 people, and this is how bad ideas are formed, and why I hate the word guess. Or I also hate the idea of I can't remember. I hate it because you can remember, unless you have a mental illness or some kind of degenerative brain disease. Then legitimately you can't remember. That's the only time. When those aren't in place, all it means is you don't have access to the information right then. All you need is the right spark. Everything then comes flooding back. I say it all the time, Saeed, yeah. And to be fair, that's not my idea. It's Harry Lorraine's idea from one of his old series from memorizing names and faces years ago, maybe 30 years ago, maybe longer, when he was working with Fortune 500 companies. He's got this kind of typical New York kind of accent. If you've ever listened to Harry Lorraine speak, I'm not going to try and do it, but he sounds like a grifter. He's a guy. Sounds like one of those. But he was like, yeah, I constantly hear this. I'm good with faces, but not the name. Why don't you ever hear that the other way around? And you just heard the old crowd go, oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's just this excuse that's gone out. So the best thing that we can do for our memories is just radical ownership. And I don't like how froofy that sounds, but it's a Jocko Willink idea of just taking responsibility for everything that you think and everything that you did. And knowing that if you've interacted with a piece of information to a sufficient degree, present, focused, engaged, using some kind of method, some kind of conversion, and then using the information afterwards for a series of hours or days or whatever. That will depend on what the information is. That's the key to memory techniques. That's the key to practice. It's memory techniques are amazing, and we could profile the specific one for each person to do, as I did with Said in a moment before class a while back. All that pales to using the information. That's the only way you're gonna know. It's the only way. I told you a while back that the memory training app I used was like, cool, memorize the world. Okay. Julie, I was like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. The one that came up today was capital cities for every country in the world. So it's just a different version of the same thing. And before I could feel it coming up, that kind of like trying to get past a level on a game you don't want to play. And so I sat there for a few minutes. I was like, all right, before I jump straight into disconnecting, I thought I voluntarily learned flags because it helps with my investigations. Why would the capital cities not help? And I couldn't answer that question. So that doesn't mean by default that they do. It just meant that there was an answer about them helping that I had yet to find. And that was all I needed. So like when it comes to American football or golf or any other sport for that matter, I don't give a shit about any of it personally. But my dad is twice the sports fan that Brett is.
Go.
And then some. Brett's in there. Brett's in the group, guys. If you ever get a chance to meet him face to face, he's the most lovely Aussie fella you'll ever hope to meet. But he's a massive sports nut, and so we have some jokes about that back and forth. My dad is more obsessed than he is, and every time my dad talks about cricket or football or whatever else, you see everyone in the room go. I listen. I talk to him about it. I pay attention. I ask questions. In my heart of hearts, I couldn't give a shit. I don't care, but that gives me an access point to talking. Right? That's the thing that he needs now. That he's like a tiger sensing the end, to quote the Alan Quatermain idea from the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which if you haven't seen, don't. It's an awful film. It's an awful film, and sucks that Sean Connery went out on it. But this is the idea. That moment popped up where I was. Ugh. So before I got there, I was like, no, let's just take a step back, drop my brainwaves down a few paces, and think about this situation a little bit more clearly. Do I really not care? Or is it just that I don't have an interest? Or is it both? Figure that out. Why would I voluntarily learn something that's connected to it and then roll my eyes at this? Surely there's some kind of bleed over. There is an access point in that situation. It's like learning a language that you're not going to use. Why?
I have a question. I have a question on that. Okay,
Well,
because we have the same parents. You
yeah.
know, my dad was into every single sport. Okay, so it was coming to me, Julie. I have VIP tickets to the hockey game tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, and well, you're coming with me. No, that I'm not. Yes, you are. You know, and all of
Yeah.
this. I mean, and you name it. It was always like that until I was old enough to say, "Oh, Dad, I can't go. I'm babysitting tonight." Oh my God. I was let go. But for
Yeah.
years, it was like that. So when I say it was a trauma, it was.
Don't get me wrong. When I was younger, very much the same. When I was young, very much the same.
Give me a second. I'm just going to close this.
No, you're okay. It's only nowadays with the foresight of being grown that I can think about these things a little bit more rationally. You know, I'm not,
Yeah.
and that's the trade-off. Youngsters, by virtue of being young, are everywhere in the world, because it's all about learning. Every new day's different,
Yeah.
and so your
But
brain constantly. Yeah. So when that task comes in that grinds against it, bounces straight off.
but the thing I didn't understand back then was all my friends were like, "Oh, Julie, you're gonna see Dale on tour," because he was a hockey player and everybody was,
Yeah.
So they tripped about him, and I was like, "Who cares?"
Yeah.
And they were, "Hey, you go to this hockey game, you're going to, this baseball game, you're going to Montreal to see the Expos," and I was like, "Oh, I'd rather be sick at home." And they were all like jealous of me, and I was jealous of them
Yeah.
staying home. So that I couldn't wrap my head about it, and even today. Okay,
I
this
have a
was
funny
years
story.
ago. So there's a part of guilt that I didn't enjoy it, and there's a part of me who still to this day like don't enjoy this.
Well, that could be fueling me. I mean, I haven't stopped to think about that. It was just more of an iteration of the use of memory purposes, but that could be sincerely fueling me. My dad would say things like, "Do you want to come to work with me today, and we'll learn all about the gas mains?" No, I don't want to do it.
I have funny story sports though.
Go on.
You know Neymar Jr., the soccer player?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He asked you to take a picture of me in an airport when I was a kid. Because like he was coming and everyone was asking to take pictures, especially kids my age. because Brazil and everyone loves football, but I don't care the slightest about soccer. And he thought that I was going to ask him for a picture too, so he just, oh, let's take a picture, and then he took a picture, and I have pictures of my mother that he asked him to take of me.
Love it. Love it. Well, of a similar vein, I'll tell you this, but then I'm gonna have to go. Like a good husband, I've been told my dinner is on the table. But you know, I believe it's come back. But I would see these videos years ago when videos first started to be shared on mobile phones. There'd be some like scantily clad woman or women, running around or doing something, and then they cut the video off and go like, what color shoes were they wearing, or what was in the background, and like I'd be like, well, white shoes. There was cars in the background. I don't get it. What are you asking me? Like, how did the women not put you off? Well, they weren't interesting to me. That, and like those moments, I didn't really get it, And it's the same. It's the same thing with Julie and your dad. It's the same thing with football. I didn't really get it. We were like on two different worlds, And it's purpose, it's interest, all of this, guys, that we're talking about. I can't wait for you to see the purpose and meaning element for Axiom. If you're in there, it's going to be very relevant to everything that we're talking about. Not as a salesy kind of thing, just because I have to go. So I needed to be the add-on. So I'm gonna love you and leave you as always. I'll see you very soon for another. Take it easy, guys.
Thank you all.